What's the worst thing family ever did when you needed them most? When I was 20, I thought my family had my back no matter what. I was dead wrong. I was living at home, going to community college, helping out with my 3 younger siblings every day. I'd pick up my sister Emma from soccer practice, help my brother Jake with his math homework, and always did the dishes without being asked. I wasn't some lazy kid mooching off my parents. Then everything changed in literally 3 seconds. I was driving home from my job at Target when some drunk idiot ran a red light and slammed into my car. I woke up in the hospital with 2 broken legs and a fractured pelvis. The doctor said I'd need surgery and wouldn't be walking normally for at least 8 weeks. At first, my parents seemed worried. Mom brought me pudding cups and those magazines from the checkout line. Dad kept asking if I needed anything. My siblings drew me get well cards with stick figures that were supposed to be me in a wheelchair. I thought, okay, this sucks, but at least I have family support. Boy, was I stupid. Within a week, everything changed. Mom started sighing every time I asked for help getting to the bathroom. She'd make these little comments like, I guess I'm not getting anything done today, when she had to help me shower. I needed help with basic stuff. I couldn't even reach the cereal box from my wheelchair. My older brother Tyler, who lived like 10 minutes away, came over once and told me I was acting helpless and needed to just push through it. Easy for him to say. He could walk to the fridge without planning it like a military operation. 2 weeks after I got home, I was trying to wheel myself to the kitchen when I heard Mom on the phone with her friend Linda. I just can't take it anymore, she was saying. He needs help with everything. I feel like I'm taking care of a baby again. I think he's milking his injuries, honestly. I sat there in my wheelchair, holding an empty water bottle, feeling like someone punched me in the stomach. I wasn't milking anything. I literally couldn't walk. The physical therapist said I was actually healing faster than expected. The next morning, Mom woke me up and said we were going for a ride. I figured maybe to physical therapy or the doctor. Instead, she pulled up to this old brick building with a sign that said Sunset Manor Care Facility. The parking lot had weeds growing through the cracks. It's just temporary, Mom said, not looking at me. I need a break, and they can help you with your recovery better than I can. She grabbed the bag she'd packed for me. I didn't even know she'd packed anything. The place smelled like disinfectant and something else I couldn't identify. My room had one small window that looked out at a dumpster. My roommate was an 85-year-old man named Frank who told me the same story about his time in the Navy every single day. I kept thinking they'd come get me in a few days, maybe a week. But days turned into weeks. Tyler visited once and brought me a gas station candy bar. Emma and Jake came with Dad one time, but they looked uncomfortable and kept asking when we could leave. My parents sent texts like, hope you're doing well, and physical therapy going good, but never asked when I was coming home. I taught myself how to transfer from the wheelchair to the toilet just so I wouldn't have to wait for the overworked staff. The nurses were nice, but they had like 30 other patients. I spent hours staring at the ceiling, listening to Frank's Navy stories, wondering what I did wrong. I'd helped my family for years. I babysat my siblings for free. I never asked for money. I did my own laundry. And this is how they treated me when I actually needed help. After 6 weeks, the doctor cleared me to go home. I called Mom, excited, thinking this nightmare was finally over. When Dad picked me up, something felt wrong. He was too quiet, kept fidgeting with the radio. We pulled into our driveway and I noticed boxes by the garage. My boxes. Dad helped me up the front steps, and when I wheeled into the house, I saw it. My room was completely different. There was a desk where my bed used to be, a filing cabinet where my dresser was. Mom had turned my room into her home office. Where's my stuff? I asked, even though I could see it was all in those boxes outside. We thought it would be easier if you stayed with your cousin Amy for a while, Mom said, not meeting my eyes. You know, until you get back on your feet completely. Amy lived in a studio apartment 40 minutes away. She barely knew me. I realized they didn't want me back, ever. They'd used my accident as an excuse to kick me out. I never went back home. Amy let me crash on her couch for 2 months until I could find my own place. I got a job doing customer service from home since I could still barely walk.